Rightio, well I've made the trek up the Hawkesbury River. I'm trying to hide out of this gale force wind. The winds have been absolutely crazy for a couple of days. So on the back of the flood water, now we've got hectic winds. And also to add on top of that, we're on a pretty full moon phase as well. Hopefully we can get a couple of bites. I don't really have much expectation today. Hopefully I can just catch a couple of fish and bring you guys a video. Anyway, let's get into it and see what we can get. Just going to start out using a small blade. Just fishing tight on the edges. I'll throw a mixture today of just small plastics and little blades. I have got a bigger 5-inch prawn rigged up if I see anything on the sounder worth throwing at. But it's mainly just small lures today. Try and get some numbers. As I said, I don't have much expectation. I don't really like fishing after full moons. It's usually very quiet. It'd be good if today was an exception to that. You never know. At least we were on the water fishing. So fingers crossed we can have a good day. The technique for the blade's pretty simple. Cast to the edge, let it sink to the bottom. Wind up that slack. Nice slow lift. Let it go back to the bottom. Slow lift, bit of a wind. You want to keep as much tension in the line as you can. You don't want it going too slack, otherwise you'll miss all the bites. So just a nice slow lift, a little bit of a wind, pick up that slack. There you go. Just like that. You don't want to have too much slack in your line, otherwise you won't see or feel those bites. There we go, nice looking flatty. Decent size. I'll take this guy home for a feed, I think. Swallowed the blade right down, so I've done a little bit of damage to his gills, so I don't want it to go to waste. I'll take it home and eat it. Right, get it in the live well and we'll get the lure back out there. Alrighty, we're on very next cast. It's only small. What have we got here? Whiting. Oh, there you go. Off you go. Righto, we're on again. Productive little spot just here. Feels like a flathead. It's a little bit of weight there. I don't want to go too heavy on it. It's only 10-pound leader. The last flatty inhaled the blade. Not sure actually. No, is it a flatty? I think it is a flathead. Felt like one at first. And I wasn't sure. And he's got the blade right down as well. In you go. There we are, another nice little flatty. We'll let this one go. I'm going to swim off and enjoy its day. Well, it's a lot more action than I thought I'd get. 2 flatties and a small whiting. Definitely a relief to get a couple of bites straight away. I was unsure how bad it was going to be today. Last time I came up here, the water was really, really dirty. Struggled for bites. And that wasn't even on a full moon. That was right after all that rain. But you never know until you go. You don't catch fish sitting at home. So far, so good. We'll keep plugging out the casts. Try and put a few more in the boat. I've just hit one on the way back in. Pretty sure it's a tailor. No, I was going to say, not what you want to be catching on a blade. Especially on real light leader. They'll just end up biting me off. Righto, we'll have one more cast here. It's been pretty productive, but there's too many little tailor around now. So I'll go somewhere else. Last thing I want to do is just sit here and lose all my blades. I'm only running 10-pound leader. Doesn't take much for those tailor to get through that. And it becomes a pretty expensive day pretty quickly. So I'll finish up this cast and we'll go for a little bit of a move. Righto, right at the end of the retrieve, we've picked one up just under the boat there. Another flatty. Very nice. There we go, another nice little flatty. That'd be another legal. We'll get him back in the water. Righto, out we go. Just snuck into a little bay. It's nice and calm in here. No breeze at all. Absolutely beautiful. Hopefully there's some fish here. We'll have a quick flick with the blade and maybe go with the bait junkie prawn in 3-inch. If I don't get any bites, I'll just go somewhere else. But I'll give it a shot. See how we go. Oh, there's a bite. There you go. Bite straight away. Hopefully it's a trevally or something like that. I certainly don't want this to be a big chopper, otherwise I'd say it's bye-byes to that blade. Doesn't feel like a brim. Certainly feels more like a trevally type species. It's running me around the boat. What do we got? Come out from underneath the boat, mate. Don't go under there. What is it? Trevally? Oh, he's pulled hooks. Spewing. It was a nice trevally too. Only small hooks on the blade. They ended up just pulling out. I've still got the blade at least, that's a start. Righto, we'll get back out there, see if we can hook another one. Absolutely beautiful morning out here on the water. Dead calm. No breeze here. Just made a little quick move across the other side. Once I lost that trevally, it went pretty quiet. I'd say it would have spooked the rest of the fish that were there. I had it on for a while before it got off, so it's probably never a good thing. We'll try here, work our way up around the corner there. See if we can put another couple in the boat. Fish on. Move back out closer to the entrance to Cow Ann. Wasn't much going on up inside the creek. What do we got here? Looks like a trevally. Not as big as the last one, the one I lost. Nowhere near it. Beautiful. Well, not even close to the size of the one I lost, but it's a trevally nonetheless. Another species. That was on the Bait Junkie Prawn 3-inch in motor oil. We'll get him back in the water. Off you go, buddy. It's always a good all-rounder, the motor oil. Always seems to catch fish. Any shape or style of lure. It's just a good colour. Stands out in the water. Another bite. Feels like a flathead again. Just sucked it in, it was sitting down the bottom. Come here, mate. Where's he hooked in the top? Yeah, I might be able to lift him in. There we go. Righto, another flatty on board. Not big, but it's good to be catching fish and out of the wind, I'll tell you that much. We'll get this one back in the water. I switched over to the Bait Junkie 3.2 minnow and I was just cranking it in. I've ended up with this. Looks like some sort of scad. Not quite sure. Let me know in the comments what it is. I've never caught one before, so very interesting. Looks like a yellowtail, just with big pectoral fins. Righto, mate. Off you go. Well, I've definitely caught a variety of species so far. I haven't got any huge fish, but it's a lot of fun. You never know what you're going to get next. There's plenty of options up this way. Rightio, we got another bite. Feels brimish. Just jump around this way. Just hop on a little blade in the shallows, bringing it out to that about 6 metre mark. No monster brim, but feels alright. Another species to the tally. Yeah, guys, little brim. About time I caught one. Especially throwing little blades, you'd expect it. Righto, we'll get it back in the water. Another species. Getting plenty of variety today, which is nice. Let's get this brim back out of here. Another bite. No, it must only be small. They're just pecking at it. We got this one. Well, it's definitely small. What is it, a tailor? Scoff the grub down. Righto, we'll unhook it, get back out there. Rightio, we have got a bite. Nice, beautiful, calm area here too to get a bite, which is good. It was crazy choppy in the last spot. What do we got? Nice little flatty. Come around this way, mate. Don't get tangled up in my line. There we go, nice little flatty on a 2.5 inch grub. Righto, time to leave the creek and head out in the main river. I've probably got an hour of fishing left, so I'll go and have a look and see if there's anywhere fishable out there. Rightio, well it sure is windy out here. I don't think I'll be spending an hour here fishing. I'll have a few casts, hopefully put one more on the boat, but it's absolutely blown out. I've just been behind Dangar Island there. I've got a tiny bit of protection, but not much. I'm more out in the open than behind it. You never know, might be able to pick up one more before we head off. That's the plan. Fish on. Well, we've hooked a flatty. It's just a matter of getting him in now. And we will end on a fish. The wind is absolutely howling out here. Yeah. Oh, how good's that? On the 3-inch olive oil, worked a treat. Beautiful size fish there. I'll add that to the other two and take that home for a feed. At least we finished on a fish, which is nice. It's pretty blown out here. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you on the next one.